All right, in today's video, I want to go over some of the reasons why I am going to move out of Canada, move to Southeast Asia. Uh, let's get into it, guys. So, reason number one is that environment is key at the end of the day. Uh, I noticed the times in my life where I was the most happy, where I had the most happiness, were the times where I was surrounded by a lot of green, like green nature, not the other kind of green. Very like vi- vibrant green trees, bushes, grass, whatever. Like some like very, I guess, fresh and vibrant looking nature. It has and also a lot of sunlight. Those two things make me really happy, and I noticed the times where I was the most happiest in my life and also felt the greatest overall about uh, what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis was when I had that sort of environment and also nice warm weather as well. So that's huge, and also having uh, much better humidity uh, is gonna be way better than living in a dry place like Alberta, Canada, because hu- humi- humidity is like it's really dry here, and that shows your skin being ashy all the time, your lips chapping up a ton, even a bit of your cardiovascular health. Because I remember when I was doing distance running very seriously, uh, there was a point where uh, I was considering like making the humidity in my room a lot better, just because that's gonna translate a lot in terms of cardiovascular capabilities, at least at the higher level where you gotta start like really optimizing on these things. Um, yeah, but second reason is because if I'm gonna move out anyways, why not make it a place that's gonna be really nice, really good value, and allow me to continue to stack and save cash, save more money, and build those reserves from an early age. It just makes sense. Like, why would I spend the same amount here when I could on something very cheap, which will probably make me just spend more money anyways on living, or spend it somewhere else for a really solid amount, um, really good value, and be able to continue to stack and build cash reserves. Like, the choice is obvious here. Mm. Also, another reason was that not many, like, no one will know me, no one's gonna be asking favors from me. Uh, like, it's gonna be really chill. I know it's a lot of people. They always say like, oh, I have to go help this person with this thing or blah. The reality of it is that if those things were left alone, they would just figure it out. Uh, I remember uh, Napoleon Bonaparte. One of the things he did is, I think, if like people had a letter for him was like trying to tell him something's going on, like he would just leave it for like 2 or 3 weeks before reading it and addressing it. Like, they're sending him like these letters about issues going on in the battlefield or whatever, and he's gonna wait a whole 2 3 weeks to read them. And by the time he reads them, those issues often resolve themselves. And you would imagine that stuff going on in the battlefield would be quite urgent and would require quick attention from a general like Napoleon to put out those fires, but uh, like if those things just resolve themselves naturally, then uh, in general, when people are like, "Hey, can you do this favor? Can you help me with this?" Blah blah blah. They can like it'll resolve itself. They'll figure it out themselves. There's no reason for you to get involved. I'm not saying be a jerk and don't help people. It's just that you have to be wise with how you help people and figure out if this is actually something that will be helpful or if they they would have been just fine without your help. Because there are a lot of situations where they would be just fine without your help. They would just figure it out a way. They would just figure out a way at the end of the day. So, like, why are you wasting your time for nothing? Uh, but be good people. Do help people. Just be wise with how you help people, and especially the people who you do decide to help. That's really key. Uh, yeah, and also, uh, it's cheap luxury, right? And what I mean by that is if there's a certain service I need, uh, if I want to save time on something, like I don't want to waste time washing dishes, then it won't cost that much money at all to get that done. I believe uh, for less than 1,000 USD a month, you can actually have your own assistant, which is crazy. That's crazy. Under 1,000 USD per month over there, like that's gonna save you a ton of time, and it's definitely worth the investment once you get to a certain level. Uh, but things like that, where things just become like a lot simpler because you remove all the complex menial tasks that don't have to be in your day, and you can just focus on the high leverage stuff. And also, I just want to get out of Canada. It's woke. You have like no idea when they're gonna start restricting freedoms or whatever. Who knows? Maybe this year, like something might happen, and then they're like, no, no one can leave the country at all. Like I don't want to be in Canada when that happens, and I know they're not afraid to restrict freedoms at all. It's kind of sad how downhill Canada's gotten because there was a point when Canada was actual cool, like being the guys with the maple syrup and the lumberjack flannel. Like that was cool. But now Canada's just woke. Uh, they're a lot more freedom restricting. You could say they're leaning more to the left side, more towards communism and totalitarianism. Not quite there yet, obviously, but as the years go on, they continue to sort of get closer to that point. Um, yeah, so I just want to get away from all of that, and that was a lot of rambling, a lot of uh, in this ramble, a lot of a lot of pauses that were unnecessary. So I want to see some improvement in that and work on public speaking skills a little bit. But that's it for today. Have a great one.